Name is Bianca.
In Kingdom
Right,
Come
so
Deliverance,
make
you
sure
play as
Bianca
Henry, the
draws
son
me
of
a
a
nice
blacksmith.
cool one.
Henry's the guy
Run
in
along
the
now.
on the right,
Work won't wait.
whose village is a nice, small, vibrant mining town, Skalitz. You're making a sword for Saradzig, and everything is going fine. And then the next thing you know, your entire village is overrun, destroyed by a bunch of invaders, humans, other people. There's internal strife in the kingdom, political, what have you. And you're trying to piece together what happened and make sense of the situation. Now, this game has what most would call a very challenging lockpicking system, but the good news is it gets easier as you go, and as you gain experience points, you get better at it, and of course, you obviously get more rewards too, which is pretty nice. Now let's shift gears to the fighting aspect of it, and as the same with the locksmith system, it is very, very challenging at first, and you can get overwhelmed, but as you gain experience and get better, well, number one, you get better, so you actually learn how to play and adapt, and number two, you can improve your skills. When you improve your skills, it makes certain things easier to do, and you're able to get out of certain situations that would give you problems. Now, when I played this, I preferred to use the arrow to the sword. Not that I didn't use the sword in the armor, I just preferred the arrow because of the quick kill ability of the headshot. So, but yeah, you can use the sword too as well if you'd like. Now, this game offers a wide variety of places you can go in the medieval world. Some of them shown in a nice light, some of them not so much, but they try to be realistic and give you a feel for what medieval life used to be a long, long time ago. And there's some beautiful old buildings, like I like the churches. There are some nice looking open fields as well, different landscapes. You've got mines, and that's the reason for some of the attacks in this game, which you'll learn later. Another cool thing is that you can go somewhere where you had a little skirmish and shot some arrows, and you might see those arrows later, or if you rode a horse you stole that it got killed, it'll be dead later.
Well, we can try it.
Oh, there's also price negotiation, where you can barter with the locals as far as
We agreed.
That's a poor offer.
How much you want to pay for something, and it's up to both of you to settle. Sometimes you can go in your favor.
We agreed.
I'd almost shake on that. Almost.
Sometimes you have to use perks to take advantage of lowball offers. But yeah, it's definitely an aspect that has an effect on how much money your character has. But not just that, but it affects his reputation as well.
Agree.
It'll take more than that to persuade me.
And it's an interesting dynamic as to how you want to play it. But yeah, it's kind of fun in that aspect there. This game is also very complicated, meaning you need to manage food, potions, sleep, and they affect how your character does. You need to be balanced because there's nourishment, which go to max 20 or you can't eat. There's an energy factor, and you got to find the right strategy of potions and stuff and food. and health items and what have you to keep your character from getting into trouble. Because you don't want your character getting all dizzy or he can't see the screen or tired because he drank too much. You got to get sleep. Otherwise, you could pass out and faint. That's not good, is it? Other times, you can just be really tired and decide, okay, I'm going to get sleep. But if you're too tired, you could become unconscious, and then what happens? Well, you get transported to a secret, faraway place, or places, if you're lucky. Yeah, it's a game that has a lot of stuff, but you want to focus on finding a bed wherever you can, preferably a safe house. Because you want to find a bed where you can sleep and not be interrupted. Now, if you're wanted or you're in trouble with the villagers, you could be woken up in the middle of your sleep, which we won't show right here. But they can actually wake you up and try you for crimes or arrest you, what have you. So yeah, you want to try to make sure you find a bed to sleep in so you can increase your energy. Because you got to manage nourishment, energy, and health, and it's a complicated process of doing that. You can use food and potions. Speaking of food and potions, here's a beautiful market. Oh, and by the way, if you think you can just take stuff, you might want to think again. If you're gonna steal, you better be very clever in doing it, and don't try to, move hot goods. Because you start stealing and in the open, people notice.
Surrender!
They call guards.
What's going on there?
And next thing you know, you're in trouble.
Arrest that thief!
If you're not armed, you may have to. You get destroyed fighting them, so you might have to just surrender.
I yield. Enough!
But how it plays out is up to you. Ow! Come on, all right, I surrender. Let me go.
Fuck you!
Whoa, watch the language there. Oh boy, what am I in trouble for now?
Now you'll get what's coming to you.
What?
That brawling and all the rest? It means nothing to you? Really? Well, the law takes a different view. You should have thought twice about what you were doing. That will land you a fat fine.
And of course, if your crimes aren't serious where you have to pay a fine, you may be able to pay a fine to get out of it. No, that is provided you have the money, of course, to pay it.
That much? I don't have enough on me.
You still have to pay the penalty. Looks like you'll have to sit it out in jail.
So yeah, make sure you keep enough money on you, or have an alternative strategy to get out of it.
Get moving. I hope you rot there. Give me back the stolen
Oh, and by the way,
goods
you can't
and
keep
show
any
me what
stolen
else
goods
you have
either
on
if you do go to jail. So keep that in mind too.
Maybe next time you'll think twice about stealing.
So, the thing about Kingdom Come Deliverance is there's such a wide range of castles and fortresses. There's different times of day, which means you're not playing in the same color. They have night, they're lit up. This one's during the day, and you can actually go up there and take an arrow and shoot from there. Now, if you hit anybody, it could be a little problem for you. But yeah, there's a beautiful contrast in view. Here we are in the moonlight at night, just randomly walking. Here's another open field view with some nice cows in the background, countryside, of course. Now, my main point here is that it's got a pretty big world. Some contrasts in weather and night and day. There's quite a wide range of wooded terrains and castles. Here we see a a big monastery that's in the process of being built. Pretty nice view going in at night. It's a nice view from the day too. Yeah, it's just there's some bigger villages, smaller villages. Here we're going through a bigger village at night.
What's going on there?
Pretty neat stuff you can play throughout the day. Now you have to get sleep, as I mentioned earlier at some point, and keep your energy level up and eat the proper balanced diet or have you. Here we have a nice old style rock quarry as to how they used to do that. And the cool thing about this game is you can go into the codex form, and they'll give you a background on history and stuff like that, where you can read up more onto how things actually were in the medieval times. Not as romantic as you think, but yeah, this game definitely has a lot of nice different woods you can go through, and it's not like they're off limits. As long as you're anywhere in the map, in the big square map they have, you can go in anywhere, as long as you can, you have a horse or even by foot. It's kind of cool in that you can explore how you want and where you want, and that's one of the aspects I like about this game, along with the different times of night and day, the beautiful view and stuff. And you never know when you'll randomly be attacked by bandits and stuff like that. But yeah, some beautiful old castles and fortresses. It's one of the things I really enjoyed playing in this game and replaying a couple times as well. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, entering these small towns. Sometimes they like you, sometimes they don't. There's some cool horses they have in the background there. But yeah, you can go up and explore. Some areas are off limits. Some areas you can get in trouble for trespassing. Some you can't. But it's up to you how you want to play. This is a nice how it's built up. Uh-oh, I'm in a private room. I may be trespassing a bit. Just maybe. Oh, back to the woods. I'm not trespassing in the woods. But the other thing, like I said, in the woods is you got to watch out for bandits, cumans, mercenaries. People will camp out. Sometimes they can get you, or maybe you can be the bad guy and you're the one they fear. Yeah, this is a beautiful game. I've touched on lockpicking, stealing. I haven't touched on pickpocketing, but there's a lot of things you can get into trouble for. You got to watch your reputation and stuff, to how you play. Strategically, of course, it's up to you. That's what I like about this game. It's open world. It's big. There's a lot of different things you can do. Combat system, again, like I said, is challenging. But you practice, with your arrows. And eventually, you get the hang, get a feel for how the weapons go and, how you want to play. But, like I said, that's up to you as to how you want to play and progress through the game and quests and so forth. One final point I'd like to make is that when I bought this game, I shelved it because I read a lot of complaints that there's stuff that needed to be addressed. And then I came back a few months later and I noticed there was a bunch of patches. So I downloaded the patches, and it appears all the complaints were addressed, like being able to save your game and stuff like that. Overall, it's a beautiful game. I would recommend playing it.